Hello, learners. I am Parikshit, and welcome to the 99 Percentiler Club. This is a special class for me because now we have just less than 24 hours left for CAT 2022. The final countdown has started, and I am confident, in fact, more confident that all of you are going to do really well in the CAT. You got to have the confidence that you are going to do well, and trust me, you definitely will. This video is going to be my last advice before your exam, the last final pieces of advice, and after that you are all set to go and get into your dream B school, right? Fine. Just a quick reminder, November 27, tomorrow, we have live learner calls starting 10:30 a.m. So in case you wish to understand how the CAT paper has been tuned in to Unacademy YouTube channels. Okay, first things first, right? Now, the last few hours, how you're going to spend the last few hours, that's important, right? Last few hours now, right? And not to scare you, but I think at this stage I don't want you to study anything. I definitely do not believe that you need to study anything at this stage. Whatever you have studied, right, entire year, probably 6 months, 3 months, is more than enough. I think at this point, I only stress on a few points. First, sleep. It's essential that you sleep well tonight. Please go to bed as early as possible. And the reason being, trust me, I have gone through the stage that you are going today, right? I also wrote the CAD years back. And you know what? If you go to bed tonight at 11 p.m., you go to bed at 11 p.m., problem would be you'll not be able to sleep. Reason is you do have a lot of anxiety. Trust me, all of you would have a lot of anxiety. All 2 lakh plus aspirants who are writing the CAT. So if you go to bed at 11 p.m., it is quite probable you might be able to sleep only after 3 hours at 2 a.m. And that would mean you might not get a good night's sleep. So go to bed early, count in the time, right, that you would require to sleep, to fall asleep because of the anxiety that is going on in your mind today. I see a lot of comments on YouTube. So please sleep properly tonight. Please sleep properly tonight. Also, one more thing, list of items to be carried. List of items to be carried. Please make sure that you have this ready tonight. You do not want to keep anything for tomorrow. When I say list of items to be carried, first thing, admit card. Admit card. Ensure you have the admit card properly in place. Okay, admit card. Then the second thing is ID proof. ID proof. Okay, please ensure you take at least 2 ID proofs, at least 2, probably your Aadhaar card, PAN card, passport, at least 2 ID cards you should carry along with you. And then a water bottle, water, right? I think water is also essential for the simple reason you might want to drink some water, especially if you're not able to solve. Many a times, the first few questions you're not able to solve, students get nervous. If you get nervous at any point of stage tomorrow, just hang on, trust me. Tomorrow you get nervous, you're unable to solve the first few questions. Don't worry. Take a deep breath, have a sip of water, relax for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maintain your composure, right? And then start writing again. If you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling that I'm not able to solve anything, I've forgotten everything, just take a step back, sip water, take a deep breath, 10 seconds relaxation, and trust me, it works. I myself have gone through the stage that you will go through tomorrow, right? So please ensure that you carry some water. And when I say water, please ensure you carry a transparent bottle, because if it is not transparent, they might not allow you to carry the bottle. They might not allow you to carry the bottle. Okay, fine. Next thing, admit card. Please ensure that your photograph is proper. Your photograph and signature, right? Photo and signature is readable. Photo and signature. Because at the end of the day, if your photo and signature is not readable, right, it might create some issues at the exam center. So do not let that happen. Do not let that happen. What else should you carry, right? What else should you carry? I also believe, you know what, that students should also carry something to eat, like something to eat, okay? Why do I say so? Now, something to eat, but probably something which gives you energy. Example, chocolate. Example, dark chocolate, right? Why? Because you don't want to feel asleep, right? You cannot carry hot coffee with you, not possible, right? But probably a piece of dark chocolate, can you carry? Yes, I think it helps. At least I used to do that. Carry a piece of dark chocolate with you. Have a chocolate, piece of chocolate before you enter the examination center. Remember, once you entered, you are not allowed to come out for the next few hours. When I say few hours, I don't say 2 hours, more than that. Why? Remember, you have to be seated in front of your computer, right? At least 30 minutes before the exam starts. So 8:30, if the exam is starting, let's say morning slot, 8 a.m., you are there in front of your system. And moment you are there, you cannot eat, you cannot go out. So ensure that you carry some dark chocolate with you. At least I think it helps. It helps at least, it helped at least me. Right? Next thing. Remember, difficulty level may vary. Difficulty level may vary. Difficulty level, okay, may vary. May vary. Now, many a times, I think this is very important to understand here. Very, very important to understand here. First few questions, okay, very common theme. What is very common? First few questions are tough. It is very common. First few questions, okay, are tough. This is a very common phenomenon. Very, very common phenomenon. Now, that would simply mean that you should not lose your composure. Especially, let's say in VRs, you're probably in quants. First 5 questions, I can't solve. Should I panic? No. This is common. This is common in the CAT. The last few questions are often very easy. So if you are not able to solve the first few questions, please do not panic. This is very common, and this is a common thing that the paper setter often does. If you are not able to solve, just skip. Go to question number 7, question number 8. I'm sure there will be questions which will be sitters, and you'll be able to solve within minutes, if not seconds. Okay, so remember that. Also, the next thing that you should keep in mind is a timer. I often have this issue with students. Often they make a problem, they have a problem, right? What they get confused, or the mistake they made is they want to be extra cautious. It's the CAT. I have put in, let's say, hours, months to study, and today is the day. Fine, it's true for everyone. But does it mean that you want to put 20 minutes for the first set of LRDI? Absolutely not. You got to be very conscious of the time. You might pick up tomorrow an LRDI set, as an example, an LRDI set, and you might not get the answer within 7 minutes. But at the end of 7 minutes, ask yourself, okay, is it worth spending another 5 minutes? Will I get an answer after 5 minutes? 7 minutes are done, 5 minutes are remaining. Will I get an answer after 5 minutes? If the answer to that question is yes, another 5 minutes I spend, I will get an answer. Then fine, keep doing that sum, keep doing that set. But just in case you feel that you will not get an answer, 7 minutes are done, you might not get an answer, then you know what? What you need to do is skip that question, just move to the next. You get the point? That is very, very, very important. What else? I see some questions on YouTube, right? I also stop studying. So anxiety is on another level. But that's obvious, right? Did you have anxiety? Did you have anxiety when you wrote the class 10 boards? Did you have some anxiety? Right? Think about it. What students are saying? Anxiety. That's a common term I see in my YouTube comments. Anxiety. Think about it. When you wrote the class 10 exam, did you have anxiety? Absolutely. When you wrote your 12 exam, did you have anxiety? Absolutely. Some amount of anxiety is good, is natural. But if anxiety becomes stress, then unless you are MS Dhoni, it might adversely affect you. Do not let anxiety become stress. Anxiety is good, stress is bad. If you are Dhoni, then you are an exception. Dhoni performs well under stress, I believe, but not everyone does. So don't let anxiety become stress. First point. Next point is, you should remember one thing, and I always keep telling my students, right? You forget, many of them will forget that it's not, I would repeat, it's not, not do or die. Not do or die. Is it do or die? If someone tells you it's a do or die day tomorrow, then he's wrong. He or she is wrong. It's not a do or die. Why? It's just the first exam tomorrow. You have the CAT, after that you have the IIFT, you have the ZAD, you have the NMAT, you have the SNAP, you have the Maharashtra CET, you have the CMAT, you have TISNAT. So many exams are lined up. In case you don't do well tomorrow, you will do well in the SNAP, you will do well in the ZAD, you will do well in the IIFT. There are so many exams. So do not consider to a do or die situation. Just put your best effort. Don't make silly mistakes. Give your best and leave the rest. That's it. Right? So do not consider it as a do or die, because you know what? That will add to the pressure. And because if it adds to the pressure, you will not perform well in your exams. Also, historic data. Also, I will tell you some historic data, okay, which might help you at this stage. Some historic data, okay. Let's talk about some historic data. What else is people mentioning? I'll just look at the YouTube comments in a second. Historic data. Approximately 50% net marks, okay, net marks in each section, in each section, okay, will translate to 99 plus percentile. 99 plus percentile. This is historic data based on last 7 years. Last 7 years data. Last 7 years data. Okay. Meaning, if there are 20 questions in LRDI, if there are 20 questions in LRDI, 20, how many marks? As an example, let's take an example. Let's take an example, okay? Let's take an example. Let's say quants. Example, quants. How many questions? 22 questions. 22 questions. How many marks in quants? In quants, you have 22 into 3, 66 marks. 66 marks. So if you can score around 33, if you can score around 33, this would translate to 99 plus percentile. 33 means 50%. Around 11 correct. Around 11 correct. Am I saying that tomorrow it will be the same thing? No. What I am saying is last 7 years, this is what data suggests. Tomorrow, if the paper is tough, you know that the cutoff will come down farther. It will be less than 50%, probably 40%. But if the paper is easy, the cutoff can go up to around 55%, around 55%, meaning around 12 to 13 questions correct out of 22. Paper easy. Paper difficult, probably around 8 correct, 9 correct should be sufficient. Paper like the last 7 years, you need around 11 correct, around 11 correct. So keep these pointers in mind when you go and write the CAT tomorrow. Get the point? What else do you have? So anxieties, मास्क ग्लोव्स एक्सेट्रा ले जाना है क्या? मास्क ग्लोव्स तो लेके नहीं जाना है, कि अगर ग्लोव्स लेके जाएगा तो टाइप करने में मेरे को तो प्रॉब्लम होगा. आई डोंट नो. क्वेश्चन इज मास्क और ग्लोव्स लेके जाओ क्या? ग्लोव्स you don't have to take, right? If you take gloves, I feel it will be difficult to use the keyboard or probably use your mouse. I don't know. You don't have to take gloves. But should you take mask? Definitely you should carry your mask, right? Just carry it and wear it only if they tell you. Okay, fine. What else? What are the queries that you have at this stage? What other thing is bothering you at this stage? और कुछ bother कर रहा है क्या? पूछो. This is the time to ask. Anything that you feel that you should ask at this stage. Remember, I took yesterday one video. मैंने एक video लिया था. उसमें list of allowed and prohibited items. List of allowed and prohibited items. I took it on 99 percentile club only on this same YouTube channel. Please make sure that you watch that video, at least if not at 1x speed, 1.5x speed, so that you don't miss out on the minute details that I talked about on the exam day. List of allowed and prohibited items. I took the class, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. You will get it in the 99 percentile club only. Usko ek baar dekh lena 2x speed pe, so that you don't miss out on any important thing that you need to carry along with you. Fine? Okay, I see one more question. Sir, LRDI section is bothering me a lot. Please help. Anand, today, one day before the CAT, right? You forget about if something is bothering you. Forget about if something is bothering you. Go with a fresh mind. You must have solved some 400, 500, 600 caselets. If you have solved a lot of caselets, it's just about getting 2 caselets correct in LRDI. Just about getting 2 caselets or 2.5 caselets correct. You get 2.5 caselets correct in LRDI, that is it. 99 plus percentile. What do you need? I think it's a bit of luck कि जो questions मैंने बनाया है ना उसी में से अगर कुछ आ गया, that's it, nothing more than that, right? That's it. So go with that frame of mind. If you have studied well, obviously you'll get something probably easy. I would strongly recommend my students that if you get a DI caselet, usko pehle karna compared to an LR caselet. Why DI should be solved first? Because DI is just graphs. You might just get the graph, and graphs are easy to solve. Good part is when you get a graph, you either understand the graph or you don't understand the graph. You understand the graph, you start solving it. You don't understand the graph, you spend 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, you will say, you know what, I can't solve this. I'll move to the next question. On the contrary, let's say you get a circular arrangement. 10 people, some people looking towards the center of the circle, some people looking away from the circle. The problem is all of you have done circular arrangements. So just by reading the question, you can't say whether you'll be able to solve that puzzle. You have to spend 7, 8, 9 minutes, and at the end of 7, 8 minutes, you realize whether you'll be able to solve the circular arrangement or not. You have to try it out first. It's a risky proposition. Why? You get it correct, fine. You don't get it, the problem would be you would have ended up losing 9 minutes. But DI is not like that. You have a graph, understand the graph, start solving, you will definitely get something. Right or wrong, but you'll get something. If you do not understand the graph, it will not take 9 minutes like a circular arrangement question to say that I don't understand. You immediately say I don't understand, you will go to the next. So my strong advice, okay, would be if you get a DI and LR sets, okay, a pure DI, a graph-based caselet, and it has been there in the last few years, pick up that caselet first, because more often than not, such caselets are really easy to solve. They are sitters. Get them correct. Okay, and moment you get the LR first caselet correct, इतना कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ जाएगा ना, ट्रस्ट मी कि आधा जॉब तो हो गया मेरा, एक केसलेट हो गया और एक बनाना है, बन ही जाएगा. और एक बन गया, दो बन गया, it is two if you prepare, it is definitely 90 plus. Now whether it is 99 plus or not would depend how difficult is the paper. पर अगर दो केसलेट्स LR का बन गया तो 90 plus तो definitely है. 99 के लिए probably you might have to solve 1 or 2 individual questions extra. Okay, so keep that in mind. The LRDI is just about getting 2 caselets correct. Okay, what else do you have at this stage that you feel like asking? और क्या है? और क्या है? बोलो. And I would tell you one more thing I wanted to tell you, okay? How to handle pressure tomorrow. Pressure, okay? How to handle pressure. I think pressure is something that that obviously lot of issues people ko problem hota hai, right? Pressure. Sorry, one moment, okay? Let me select the pen. Okay. How to handle pressure. Okay, I think this is also a very important question at this stage. Pressure during the exam. During the exam. During the exam. I already told you a couple of things. Okay. First thing, water. पानी पीना. जब भी लगेगा ना कि मैं ब्लैंक हो जा रहा हूं, जब भी लगेगा कि ब्लैंक हो जा रहा हूं, कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है, फॉर्मूला भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, I can't recall the sum of factors निकालना है, किए है क्लास में लेकिन याद नहीं आ रहा है, पानी पी के थोड़ा पानी पीना. Second, take deep breath. Very, 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 very important. Deep breathing helps. Third, close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes for a second. Okay, these 3 things, trust me, whenever things are not going well tomorrow, just do these 3 things. Many a times जब हम लोग नहीं बना पा रहे ना, when I am not able to solve, I keep looking left and right, but the problem is the person next to me, you know what, he might just be glaring at the screen and you might be thinking यार सब कोई तो बना रहा है, मैं ही नहीं बना पा रहा हूं. ऐसा नहीं है. बहुत लोग ना बना नहीं पाता है, बट तभी ना वो स्क्रीन पे देखते रहता है, ऐसे स्क्रीन पे देखते रहे कि ऐसे कर लगेगा कि तुमको कि यार ये तो बना रहा है क्वेश्चंस, पर ऐसा नहीं है. Trust me on that. When I say that, just glaring at the screen doesn't mean that person knows how to solve it. Probably doesn't know. That is why he's glaring at the screen with much more concentration than you are. right? So don't get bothered, influenced with what others are saying. Don't get bothered with that. Also, one more thing I must tell you: prior to the exam, avoid noise. Prior to the exam, avoid noise. When you reach the exam venue, you would have one or two people around you who would ask you, अरे ये चीज किया क्या, ये पहला slot में आया है, especially if you are in the second or third slot. Someone might just come and tell you, तुमने किया है क्या, वो circumcenter का एक बहुत मुश्किल सा theorem था. Did you do that theorem? You know what? That has come in the first slot. He is just there to give you extra tension. If something has come in the first slot, doesn't mean it will come again in the second slot. And if something is just giving you extra pressure, tension, last few moments before you enter the exam hall, please stay away from such people. There are people, trust me, who only job would to come and tell you, ये पढ़ लिया क्या, इससे क्वेश्चन आएगा, ये बहुत मुश्किल है, इससे तो आएगा ही आएगा, दो क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, right? Don't trust them. Don't trust them. एक कैट में हर स्लॉट में सेम क्वेश्चन आएगा नहीं. हो सके स्लॉट 1 में नंबर सिस्टम का 10 क्वेश्चन था, स्लॉट 2 में नंबर सिस्टम का सिर्फ 2 ही क्वेश्चन होगा. ऐसा भी हो सकता है, right? So don't get bothered. Just stay away from noise as much as you can tomorrow, the 27th of November. Right? What else do you feel like asking? Anything else that you feel like asking? Right? And just another a couple of minutes, I'll just repeat. I have already repeated this in my previous video. Facts. Number one, mock scores don't matter. Mock scores do not matter. Do not matter. What you got in your mocks is history. Please don't bother about it anymore. Mock में हो सके 60 आ गया, कल जाके अगर 99 percentile आ गया, बस कुछ I'm not very good in Hindi, you know, होता नहीं कुछ सिकंदर वाला कुछ कहावत है. There's some saying in Hindi, right? I'm not very good in Hindi and I forgot that. But there's some कुछ है ना, there is some saying कि some सिकंदर वाला कि जो लास्ट में जीता वही मतलब राजा बन गया, right? So mock scores do not matter. Forget your mock scores. Second, CAT is easier than all the mocks, than any mock, than all the mocks that you wrote. Then all the mocks that you wrote. दो चीज ध्यान रखना. यही दो चीज ध्यान रख के go to the exam hall tomorrow. And the third pointer, I love repeating this point. Third pointer, 2 lakhs, okay, 2 lakh plus students writing the CAT. 2 lakh plus students writing the CAT, right? What is the best part of 2 lakh plus students writing the CAT? हाँ, जो जीता वही सिकंदर. Absolutely, that's the thing I'm trying to tell you. जो जीता वही सिकंदर, right? 2 lakh plus students में से, you know what? Only 30,000 have prepared for the CAT like you. कितना लोग तुमको लग रहा है ये YouTube वीडियो देख रहा होगा या कहीं कोचिंग लिया होगा? 30,000 max to max, best case scenario. Remaining 1,70,000 students are just giving to improve your percentile, are just giving exam to improve your percentile. कुछ आता नहीं है उन लोगों को, to just giving exam to improve your percentile. कुछ आता नहीं है, उन लोग कभी भी देखा ही नहीं होगा कि बुक क्या है, कैट का बुक होता क्या है. So when they go and write, just imagine you will definitely score more than them. And because if you score more than them, your percentile will automatically be much higher compared to any of the mocks that you must have written. Because mocks में जो prepare कर रहा है वही जाके mocks लिखता है. Only those students who are preparing for the mocks, only then them will go and write and compete, right? You have competed only with them. But now these 1,70,000 students, all Tom, Dick and Harry, who's writing the CAT just because their friends are writing, because their parents have pressured them, because there's nothing better for them to do in life, right? They are just gonna help you improve your percentile, right? So देखो, people are saying, yes sir, one of my friend is also giving exam. अच्छा है ना, वो जाएगा, उसका स्कोर तुमसे कम आएगा और तुमसे कम आया तो तुम्हारा परसेंटाइल ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ जाएगा, right? Okay, I don't want to talk more today. इतना ही बोलना था. अच्छा से सोना आज, अच्छा से सोना, and go with a relaxed mind. You're gonna go and enjoy it. I mean, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Give your best. Just give your best and leave the rest as I say. With that, my final words, all the very best to my students. All the very best. Just rock as you will always do. Just rock the cat tomorrow. Just rock the cat tomorrow. And give me a good news here. I want some 100 percentilers from my students. All the very best and just rock the cat tomorrow. Can you talk about strategy? Okay, someone is asking. Okay, someone is asking a query. So I'll just talk. देखो अभी मैं strategy ज़्यादा नहीं बोलना चाहता हूँ because why? Because मैं कुछ बोल भी दूँ और मान लो तुमने अभी तक वो चीज किए नहीं हो. Let's say you have not done it. Okay, मैं तुमको एक नया strategy आज बता दूँ. Do you think it will be wise to take that strategy on face value and apply it directly on the cat? No, right? कुछ भी स्ट्रैटेजी अगर करना था उसको पहले तुमने मॉक्स में ट्राई करना पड़ेगा. फर्स्ट यू शुड हैव ट्राई ड्यूरिंग योर मॉक्स, राइट? आई वांट टू टेल यू समथिंग and you know what, you're gonna apply it tomorrow directly on the exam day. No, don't do that. The only thing I can tell you is pick up questions which you are familiar. LRDI में पहला 2 मिनट लेना. LRDI में पहला 2 मिनट लेना just to scan all the 6 sets, 5 or 6, whatever the sets are. Just to scan the sets. When I say scan, बस देखना. अच्छा, question 1 to 4. अच्छा, ये पाई चार्ट से है, ठीक है. 5 to 8. 5 to 8 ना वेन डायग्राम से आया है. ओके, वेन डायग्राम. अच्छा, लगता है 4 सेट वेन डायग्राम है, ठीक है. क्वेश्चन नंबर नेक्स्ट करना 11 to 12. प्रोबेबली यू नो व्हाट, ये है ट्रूथ टेलर ऑल्टरनेटिव वाला क्वेश्चन, ठीक है. ऐसे करके ना टेक 2 minutes. 2 minutes to just glance at the questions and then you know what, 5 questions देख लिया, 5 sets, glance. I'm not asking you to read. glance कर लिया, टॉपिक मालूम चल गया और तुमको मालूम है कि तुम्हारा वेन डायग्राम बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. 4 सेट वेन डायग्राम तो आराम से बन ही जाता है. फाइन, go back and pick up that set first. So familiarity is something that I'm going to stress tomorrow. Familiarity. Whichever topic you are confident about, take that set first. If you are confident about Venn diagram, just glance at the paper and look for a Venn diagram set. If it is there, pick that set up first. If you think games and tournaments is your weak area and games and tournaments is set number 1, just leave that set, go to the next set. If time permits, come back to that games and tournament set at the end. और कभी कभी ध्यान रखना, एक सेट पे ना, set might be difficult, but there might be one question in that set which is very easy. You got to pick up that easy question. As an example, in games and tournaments, the set might be very difficult, but one of the questions in the set could be how many matches were played in the tournament? How many matches? And I think that is very easy. If you have very basic knowledge, you'll be able to solve how many questions, how many games have been played in the tournament. Can you just attempt that single question, get that 3 marks and move to the next? That will be smart work from your side. Get the point? And second, so point number 1, familiarity पे तुम LRDI का set pick up करना. Second question में, second tip is, when you have a set, just look at the answer options. Answer option में cannot be determined है क्या? Cannot be determined है क्या? अगर cannot be determined है, yeah, if the answer option is giving you extra information, that would mean there are multiple scenarios. And multiple scenarios always means it takes more time. So if your answer options do not carry cannot be determined, do not have extra information, I would suggest see if you can pick up that set. I'm not saying that you should attempt that set first, but see that should be a good candidate to attempt first. Reason being, उसका एक ही सिनेरियो होगा, उसका मल्टीपल सिनेरियोस नहीं होगा. और अगर एक ही सिनेरियो हुआ, एक ही उसका अरेंजमेंट हुआ, देन यू नो व्हाट, अगर वो बन गया तो चारों क्वेश्चंस नीचे सही हो जाएगा. लेकिन अगर कभी कभी क्या होता है, अगर कैन नॉट बी डिटरमाइंड है तो प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, तुमको वापस जाके देखना पड़ता है, इज देयर वन मोर ऑल्टरनेटिव which I actually forgot, which probably is there, and that is why that cannot be determined is there. You'll have to do it again or probably check it again if there is one more alternative, and that consumes time. So any caselet which does not have a cannot be determined, which does not have extra information in the question, extra information matlab, if Ravi is not sitting at one extreme end, that particular line is given in the question, it would mean ऊपर का जो instructions है ना, that is not sufficient to solve. That is why they have given you extra data for that question, and that would mean you have to put in extra effort, क्योंकि वो जो data है ना, That means there are multiple scenarios, and question is giving you some extra information to narrow down the scenarios, right? So whenever there is no cannot be determined, whenever there is no extra information in the questions, pick up that set first. Yes? Okay. Anything else that you wish to ask? Don't want to stretch this session. I think my best wishes are for you. I am sure you will do well. Rock the cat tomorrow. My prayers, my best wishes, tons and tons of wishes, all the good luck in this world for you tomorrow. Go, do well, come up with flying colors. You have a dream, right? You have a dream of doing an MBA, dream of getting into an IM. Tomorrow is step one. Go and realize your dreams, right? Okay. With that note, thank you, students. I wish you the best. And I just believe that all of you will come out with flying colors. Give me a good news soon. Get in touch with me once you are done with the CAT and let me know how it went. Yes? Thank you so much, folks. Bye for now.